These leaves were covered yesterday. Small green aphids clustered along the stems, tucked under new growth. Easy to miss at first, but once you see them, you can't unsee them. Today, when you look at those same leaves, something is different. The shine is back. The movement is gone. The plant looks calmer. Not perfect, just calmer. This didn't take weeks. It didn't take months. It didn't take a full season of fighting. It started changing almost right away after one small daily step. I've seen this pattern again and again over the years. In raised beds, in pots, on porch plants and backyard tomatoes. And if this keeps happening in your garden, you're not doing anything wrong. Aphids have a way of showing up even when you're careful, even when you're patient, even when you think you've done everything right. If this feels slow, that's okay. Gardening often is. Before explaining why this worked, it helps to understand why aphids show up in the first place. Aphids are not a sign of failure. They are a sign of opportunity. Not for us, but for them. They are drawn to soft, new growth, fresh leaves, tender stems, the parts of the plant that are growing fastest. Mild weather helps too. Not too hot, not too cold. Quiet corners where air doesn't move much. When plants are well cared for, they often produce exactly what aphids like most. That's why aphids appear in healthy gardens just as often as struggling ones. This surprises many beginners. They assume pests only attack weak plants. But aphids are different. They look for easy access, gentle tissue, a steady food source. And once they find it, they settle in quietly. You may not notice them right away. Leaves curl slightly. Growth slows. Then one day, you look closer. It's very common to rush at this point, to reach for a spray, to act fast. That instinct makes sense. But this is where most people go wrong. Strong sprays feel like action. They promise speed. You shake the bottle. You spray the plant. The aphids fall off. For a short while, it looks like the problem is solved. But what often happens next is subtle. Helpful insects disappear too. The plant gets stressed. New growth comes in softer than before. Aphids return, sometimes in greater numbers. This cycle can repeat. Spray, relief, return. It's not because you did anything wrong. It's because balance was disturbed. Aphids are quick to adapt. They hide under leaves. They return to the newest growth. Strong sprays can also be tiring to use. Heavy bottles, reaching, repeating the same motion day after day. Many gardeners quietly give up here, not because they don't care, but because the effort doesn't match the results. Here's what surprised me over time. Aphids react faster to one simple contact than to most sprays. This brings us to the key insight. Aphids are small, very small. Their bodies are soft. They don't have a hard shell like beetles. They breathe through their outer surface. This matters because it means certain gentle substances can interrupt them quickly when they come into contact. Not through poison, not through lingering residue, just through simple physical effect. When this contact happens, aphids stop feeding. They lose their grip. They drop away. You can often see the change with your own eyes. The plant itself is not harmed when this is done correctly. Leaves remain intact. Growth continues. There is no need to coat everything. No need to soak the soil. The reaction is immediate and local. That's why this approach works so differently from strong sprays. It doesn't try to control the whole garden. It focuses only on where aphids are present. Calm, targeted, observed. This is not about force. It's about understanding how aphids function. Now, we can talk about the one-spoon method. What it is and what it is not. This method uses a small amount of a common household ingredient mixed into water. Just 1 spoon, not more. More is not better here. The mixture is applied gently to the areas where aphids are actually seen, usually under leaves, along soft stems. It is not poured into the soil. It is not used as a routine spray on every plant. It is not combined with other ingredients. That's important. Mixing products can create stress for plants. This method is simple by design. It is meant to be used calmly and consistently, not aggressively. You observe. You apply. You wait. results can be visible, but the goal is not instant perfection. The goal is to interrupt the aphids and give the plant space to recover. If you're new to this, you're not behind. Gentle gardening often works best when it feels almost too simple. A quick safety note is important here. This approach is commonly used in family gardens because it does not rely on harsh products. Still, it's a time to pause and be thoughtful. Avoid contact with eyes. Wash hands after use. Apply during cooler parts of the day, not in strong midday sun. This protects the leaves. There's no need to bend or kneel. Many gardeners apply this while standing or sitting comfortably. No heavy lifting. No repeated daily work. One calm application, followed by observation, is enough to start. If you garden around children or pets, simply allow the leaves to dry before they explore. This method is not for every situation, but when used gently, it fits well into slower, more thoughtful gardening routines. Over the next few days, you may notice changes. Fewer aphids, less sticky residue on leaves, new growth that looks less curled. The plant may not look perfect right away. That's normal. The immediate effect happens to the aphids. The plant takes longer. Leaves need time to relax. Stems need time to strengthen. If progress feels slow, that's okay. Plants grow at their own pace. The important part is that the cycle has been interrupted. Aphids are no longer feeding freely. This gives the plant a chance to catch up. What often makes the biggest difference is not repeating the treatment too often. Observation matters more than action here. One small habit keeps them from coming back. That habit is simply looking closely. Not every day, not with worry, just with curiosity. Turn a leaf now and then. Notice where new growth appears. Aphids prefer the softest spots. If you catch them early, one gentle application is usually enough. There is no need to treat the whole plant if only one area is affected. Experience helps here. Seniors often have an advantage. Patience, a steady hand, the ability to wait and watch. Gardening is not a race. Consistency beats force every time. No new tools are needed. No added work. Just attention at the right moment. If you've tried something like this before, I'd love to hear what you noticed. What kind of plant were you growing? Was it in a pot or the ground? What season were you in? Sharing observations helps everyone learn. Gardening wisdom grows best when it's shared quietly. And remember, in gardening, doing less at the right time often gives you more.